I'm here in Montana to meet people that are trying to better their lives with hard rock mining. But not every underground mine is viable for a miner on a budget. It takes good research and assessment. But is this possible for the total novice? I'm about to show you how. I'm going to meet two brothers, Drew and Ross. They reached out to me because their mother passed away and they inherited this gold mine and they have no idea what to do with it. They're East Coast city slickers whose mine is outside of Sheridan, a region that's produced over $60 million of gold in today's money.
All the heartache.
These New Yorkers have no gold experience.
Did you drink?
Sure. But have an incredible opportunity and dream to reopen their family mine.
Never gets old when you see a pan full of gold. Gold!
Gold! Hey, well done.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love that song.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I was just thinking of my mom and, you know, what it was like for her growing up in this area.
Your first time to Montana?
Yeah, this is the furthest I've ever been out this way. This is beautiful.
This is amazing.
So tell me your story. It was your grandparents that started the mine?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Our Carl, our grandfather, in 1932, he bought it for 50 bucks.
The brothers' grandfather, Carl Unn, immigrated from Norway in the early 1900s. In 1932, he bought a 14-acre hard rock claim just outside Sheridan. He worked it with his young family, including his daughter, Ross and Drew's mother, for 8 years, but was killed in action during World War II, and the mine has been abandoned ever since. If you guys own it now, what do you guys want out of this?
I'd like to see if it's feasible to actually mine it or determine the value of it. This is an opportunity to bring in more cash to make the life sweeter.
Our older brother passed on recently, and we realize now is the time.
Maybe I can help you.
We love that.
The first thing, let's go look at it. We have to try to figure out, is this doable? Is it viable? Is it economical? And I suppose we're going to find out what these guys are made of.
Hi, Clint, Drew, Dave Turin, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi,
My brother Ross.
Sitting at 8,000 feet in elevation, accessing the mine will be tricky. So to help us out, I've recruited local miner Clint Mortensen, who knows these mountains like the back of his hand. All right, Clint, we'll follow you up.
All right, guys. Here we go. Hold on.
Pretty bad road, isn't it?
Yeah, this isn't really a road.
Yeah.
Getting close. All
It's a
right.
little bit of homecoming for you boys.
Wow, that is amazing.
This is the first time Ross and Drew have laid eyes on the mine and the cabin where their mom lived.
Oh my God. Wow, Ross, just look at this.
Yeah, huh? We're here. Yeah, this is where Carl, Mom,
Yeah.
Grandma spent their time while they worked the mine.
Oh, it's really amazing.
Still here.
It's almost like they're coming home to feel the presence of their mom and their grandfather. Kind of special just being here. Your mother spent 10 years up here
Yeah.
Yep.
as a young girl?
Yeah.
Wow. That had to have been a tough life.
She certainly talked about how hard the work was. And playing out in the front yard meant watching out for the wolves.
So before Mom passed, did she give you any instructions?
One of the most important things for us to do was not let the water rights slip out, because then we wouldn't be able to mine.
She wanted to mine it again. She definitely wanted to see if we could squeeze another dollar out of this.
Yeah.
Clint's been mining these parts for years. and has a sample of the gold he's found in these hills.
Oh, I like the way that sounds.
There's some gold out of a rock that we ground up and then picked a little gold out of it. So it's a rock about that big. That's how much gold.
And that's from around this area?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it hasn't been refined. But here's some gold that has been refined.
Look at that.
And that's out of these mountains, too.
Wow.
Check that.
That
weight.
is extraordinary. So this is the kind of gold that we can get around here.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what you're after.
That's what we're after.
Now the brothers have caught gold fever. It's time to look for some of their own. Their family's historic records suggest the opening is further up the hill.
Oh, here it is.
Wow. Look at that.
Holy cow. All the years we saw old pictures, we never saw pictures of this. This is amazing.
They did some work here, didn't they?
Yeah.
Working mainly solo, Grandfather Carl would have used a pick and shovel to chip away ore from the main vein and carry it to the surface.
So this is real loose. That's your vein structure. This up here is called your hanging wall.
Right.
So see how it's more solid?
Yeah.
And so this is where all these gases were kind of trying to come out. And that's where you find your gold, your silver. So somebody found this, and then look what they did.
You just followed it down into that.
Followed it right down.
Records show there were once 7 tunnels on this site, but this is the only one remaining. It must have had good gold in it.
I think it's pretty rich. I'd really like to get down in there, but it's not very safe.
Oh, we need a rope to get out. It looks like there's some timber down there, but who knows how good it is.
The next step is to determine how safe the shaft is.
It's an old ore bucket.
But first, there are other incredible clues right here on the surface.
Still full of ore.
Oh.
This is all quartz. The minerals is the black. Could carry some silver. So many of these mines got shut down because of World War II, and a lot of them never came back. I think there's still gold in this. You can kind of see some of this is broke up. This was a little bit of his ore, and he was probably breaking it up somehow, and then who knows how he got the gold out of it. I'd really like to get a sample of that ore, have it tested, see how much gold's in here.
I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
Imagining, living here, it's amazing.
She'd be pretty happy to see us working this one again.
If we can show that there's really a lot of value here, then there's a possibility of getting investors.
My hopes are that there's enough gold content to maybe have a life-changing turn of events.
It'll take a day for the results, but knowing the value of the ore coming out of the mine is critical. So, I'm going to use this time for a field trip.
Got a contact in Wairika, and they're developing a mine. If I could get some information from them, kind of like how much money does it cost to develop a mine like that? Would be good information for Ross and Drew. I'm here to meet people who are taking on the challenge of hard rock mining, and they're trying to do it to better their lives.
In Montana, brothers Ross and Drew hope to fulfill their dream of reopening the family mine. But while we wait for the results of their ore test, I've traveled to California to see a friend who successfully reopened an abandoned mine. And with a little bit of work, you can do it too.
Mark is a very interesting guy. He was a financial advisor, and now he's turned into a miner. Here's a perfect example of a guy that's going underground, and this is going to change his life.
Welcome to McAdams Creek Gold Mine.
McAdams Creek.
Yeah, absolutely.
How long's this thing been in existence?
1892. Yeah, since 1892 it's been around, and we've had it since 2011.
With no previous experience, Mark opened up this abandoned hard rock mine in the heart of California gold country. The first hard rock gold discoveries here date back to 1849. Those early finds quickly grew into a multi-billion-dollar industry until the price of gold dropped in the 20th century, shutting down the majority of mines with gold left behind. If Mark can do it, there could be some rich potential for any of you looking to open up your own mine.
Give me a basic breakdown of how you start up an old abandoned mine. What was the first thing you started to do?
Sample, sample, sample.
Sample, sample.
That's the face right here.
And that's where this high-grade ore comes in, this ore like this.
We're talking 2,681 ounces per ton.
Come on, seriously.
And that's what we want to get into. So we're trying to expand it. If you get 1 ton of this, you're getting 5 million.
You hit some of this, you're changing people's lives right there. You're gonna make millions of dollars.
Millions.
Mark has located the high-grade ore he's after by following the vein of minerals.
This is really where the mine begins, right here.
Wow.
Yeah. And this is a great example here of what we're looking for. This is a nice big wall of quartz. You can see on the floor here where it runs. And so, I mean, this is probably all about an ounce per ton, this rock. It's really high grade.
Yeah, that's a nice vein structure.
But to start harvesting that gold, you gotta open up the tunnel. So, Mark's pulled together a gang who have a bit more experience.
Ethan, come and meet Dave. This is Ethan.
Oh, my hands are all full of grease.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Bart.
You know, we're just trying to expand it today. There's no
So that
dust.
can fit in?
Yeah, so we can get this underground.
The quickest way to open up a tunnel hasn't changed in over 150 years. Dynamite. First step, drilling holes around the section that you want to remove.
These are the holes that we'll drill to get this corner out here. Bart's all ready to go here with his jackleg drill.
A jackleg drill uses compressed air to strike the rock 800 times a minute. Renting an air compressor and a drill should run you about $2,000 a week.
Yeah, we have maximum thrust with this angle here.
Okay, Bart, give her hell. $1892, they didn't have that jackleg drill. They had a hammer and they had a guy with a bit. So you'd go whack, and then you turn it and you'd go whack, and then you turn it and you'd go whack. And that's how a lot of the old miners ended up with broken fingers and stuff. Holes drilled, now we're ready to prime with explosives. So you ready to load some holes? Let's do it.
The old timers had nitroglycerin. Nitroglycerin in its raw form is very unstable.
Costing less than $3 a stick, modern dynamite is safer and more stable.
How many sticks of dynamite we're gonna use?
45 stick. You stick it in here like this.
You can tell Dave's done this before.
We're gonna be doing 23 pounds of explosive today.
That's the real deal. That's a good size shot. This is mining. This is mining at its best.
You might want to cover your ears. It can be loud.
I'm confident in these guys. They know what they're doing. There you go. That'll make your heart stand up. Nice job, Bart.
This is kind of like what we're looking for right here with the host rock and the quartz. This is the rock that'll pay our bills, and it's about a 1/4 ounce per ton.
Yep.
A 1/4 ounce a ton means they just made 500 bucks. Enough to keep them blasting towards the high grade.
You can't go wrong with owning gold, so the best way to own gold is have a gold mine. A lot of people have great, great properties, but you need guys that got the experience. You need a Bart.
I mean, really, it's 4 guys, but they're doing it on a very small scale. There's still gold there. In the flash of a piece of dynamite, you could be rich. They hit one pocket, they could all retire. Oh my gosh, I've got to go back and talk to Ross and Drew. In order for them to move forward, we've got to get in that tunnel somehow. Figure out how far in they went, what the vein structure looks like. Then we can start making good decisions. Right there is a tiny piece of gold that your grandfather left for you guys.
That's the family gold.
I'm in the Montana mountains with brothers Ross and Drew, who are hoping to reopen their family's hard rock mine in the hunt for a life-changing payday.
I really want to know what's down in that tunnel. Got some new technology that's never been seen before.
With strong assay results, I've got a plan to test the mine's safety. I've called in a favor from an expert in exploring hazardous places.
How you doing, Dave?
I'm good.
Good to see you. There we go.
Whoa.
Wow.
There he is.
Look at that.
Oh,
wow.
oh my
Wow.
gosh.
This $300,000 canine, named Rover, is one of a herd of cutting-edge animals, which can be rented for $4,500.
What does Rover stand for?
Robotic Observation Visual Inspection Robot. We've got an optical zoom camera, we've got a spotlight, we've got thermal, and we actually have sound detection. The animal's actually waterproof. The Rover is really for anything that's going to be hazardous that we don't want to send people into, whether it's gaseous environments, explosive, or nuclear waste. This one is probably going to Mars soon.
Seriously?
Yes.
But before he heads out of this world, Rover's going to find us some gold.
All right, come on, boy. That way.